What's going on, guys? It's the Sunday after the shit UFC Fight Night card. Grasso versus Araujo. But it is finally the week of UFC 280. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. I only have one prediction video left to do. I may or may not do that tonight, but it should be out tomorrow regardless. I'll film it tomorrow evening and release it right away if I have to. But I figured I jump on here for a little bit. I'm going to try to stream a bunch this week since it's UFC 280. A lot going on, a lot to discuss. I think there's a one championship card on Friday. So I figured why not jump on here for a bit. It's 11 o'clock Eastern time right now, so it's not super late. It's not super late, but here I am. We can talk about UFC 280 predictions. We can talk about Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev. We can talk about Petr Yan, Sean O'Malley. I have my prediction videos out for everything up until TJ Dillashaw, Aljamain Sterling. So every prediction before the co-main event we'll talk about. And we can talk about the fights, but I'm not going to give... I don't even have my official prediction for the main event yet, to be honest. But I'm not going to... I already have my video recorded for Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw. So I'm not going to tell you my exact prediction. You can watch it tomorrow. It'll be out tomorrow earlier in the day. And then tomorrow evening, maybe 7, 8, 9 o'clock, somewhere around there, my prediction for Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev will be out. I cannot wait for this card. I'm so happy that it's the next card. I'm just praying to the MMA gods. Please, please, no weight misses, no injuries, nothing along those lines. Please. Oh my God. I'll be so pissed. I'll be so pissed. I don't care if somebody breaks a limb. Just wrap it in tape and get out there at this point. We're here. We're the week of the fight. This is the biggest fight card for me personally and for a lot of people, I believe, in years. This is the most excited I've been for a fight card in a couple years. Just of how stacked and how interesting these fights are. So, yeah, I'm going to stream for a bit. I don't know how long. We'll talk about some of the fights. We'll talk about any other news that I probably missed. We damn sure won't be talking about last night's main event, which was absolute garbage. I regret even watching it. So, there you go. So, what's up, French fries? What's up, homework? What's up, the comments have spoken? What's up, Antoine? What's up, Joey? How was your day? My day was good. How was yours? How pumped are you? I am super pumped. What's up, Joey? Just got hired to do a shoot on Saturday. And what time does it start? 1 p.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern time, a.k.a. 7 a.m. your time. And the main card starts at 11 a.m. your time, 2 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. So it's gonna be interesting to see if you do that shoot or not, because I couldn't imagine missing that card. How do you see the first round of O'Malley Yan going? I have a prediction on the channel. I think Yan's going to win that round, but I think both guys are going to be a little bit more tentative, and Yan's going to be looking to get his reads, and it's going to be very, very interesting. I cannot wait for that fight. Don't you dare pick Islam. I'm going to pick whoever I think is going to win. I don't pick anybody based on who I like or dislike. If any fight drops out, it's going to be O'Malley versus Yan. I got a feeling, not jinxing. Stop. I'm so excited for this weekend. I don't mind it being early now just because I get to see it and go to bed nice and early by 11 p.m. after digesting the fights, which usually takes 5 hours anyway. I am super excited. I am super excited for this card. I don't like that it's early in the day, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's so good. It just kind of ruins the vibe a little bit. It feels a little weird, and it's going to feel a little weird on Saturday. But it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it. I'm not gonna be able to pay the UFC millions to change the time, because that's exactly what's going on there. The Abu Dhabi government is paying them good money to put it on at the time they're putting it on. So we'll see what ends up happening. It's gonna feel weird though. Like, what am I gonna do that night? I don't even know. I truly don't even know what to do that night. The timing is going to be so weird. So I think it's 12 a.m. the prelims start, or 12 p.m. So noon, the prelims start, not the early prelims. And then 2 p.m. is main card. So theoretically, the fights will be over by 5 p.m. So fights will be over 5 p.m. Sup, Brian? The past 3 fights, I feel like I was robbed. Like I didn't get anything out of it. Yeah, the last 2 fight cards were garbage. Main event results. I'm not sure what your question is. Early in the day is pretty annoying, but oh well. Yeah, it does suck. I'm not trying to wake up at 7 a.m. on a damn Saturday. You're going to have to if you live on the West Coast. Gonna need a long post-fight live stream after the card. We'll see how long it's going to be. It'll probably be about an hour to hour and 45, somewhere around there. It'll probably be a popular one for sure. I'm looking forward to doing it. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot to digest. A lot to digest. Does 280 sell over 600,000 buys? I don't know because of the timing. Because of the timing, it's going to be. That's going to take a hit on the pay-per-view sales. But I'll say yes. I'll say yes, it does. But I wouldn't bet my life on it. I meant Islam Oliveira. I don't know what my official prediction is going to be yet. But it will be out tomorrow. It will be out tomorrow. It's a very intriguing fight. I think no matter who wins, it's going to be a dominant win for whoever wins. And it's just such a compelling fight, skill for skill. I'm probably going to, I'm going to do this stream for maybe an hour, maybe a little less than an hour. And then I'm going to probably record the video. If not, I'm going to get to bed and then tomorrow evening record it and then get it out by like 9 o'clock or so. Damn, I like it that it's early. Because I can't effing wait, man. That's true. Sugar Sean gonna put Petr in a coma. He's gonna wake up speaking Korean. I find that hard to believe, but okay. Press the like and sub button. Yeah, guys, like the stream. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see how many subs we're at now. We are at 5,389 subscribers. So we're almost to 5,400. Not too shabby. But I'm sure we've been picking up a lot of subs like the last week with some 280 content. And this week, I'm sure a lot of these prediction videos are going to do some good work for the channel. Let's put it that way. I have so many UFC 280 videos on the channel right now. I have them all on a playlist. That's the first thing on the channel. I have a Sean O'Malley prediction, breakdown and prediction. I got Dariush Gamrot breakdown and prediction. I got Chukagian Fear breakdown and prediction. I got Muhammad Brady breakdown and prediction. Makhachev Gordon breakdown and prediction. So I got a bunch of UFC 280 on the content on the channel. Grading UFC 280, which is one of my favorite videos to do. Reasons I love UFC 280. Reasons I hate UFC 280. And then a bunch of other videos that I have on that playlist you can easily find on my channel. Super easy. Super easy to find. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in prediction videos, go watch them all after the stream. And they're all doing okay. They're all doing all right. It's really going to pick up. I released a lot of them early. So it's really going to start picking up this week, picking up views. People are going to be searching for them and whatnot. And I'll have Aljamain Sterling. I'll have Aljamain Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw prediction come out tomorrow, as well as the main event. So, where are we at? Rank the main card in order of how excited you are for them. Good question. Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, Sean O'Malley, Sterling Dillashaw, Gamrot Dariush, and then Chukagian Fear. Just watched the countdown for 280. It was good. This is one of the few countdowns that I may actually watch. Do they stand him up if Islam isn't doing anything but keeping him down with no punishment? It depends how long it goes on for, but probably not. Probably not. Hi, Joey. Who would you take in the rematch Prime Gus? In the match between Prime Gus and Yuri? I'd probably take Prime Gus. Yo, Joey, I figured out the best way to. What is someone is to put them in a. I don't even know what you're talking about, but all right, fine, no big deal. Aljo versus Sterling prediction. Is that what I said? I meant Aljo versus Dillashaw prediction. Did you know Badil and Gamrot both had grappling matches against Gary Tonin? Dariush lost via points, but actually established some top control. Gamrot got good standing guillotine instantly. Fair enough. French fries, it was fun. It was fun. Let's go fight week. I know. I was debating about jumping on here, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do a bunch this week. Who knows? Maybe every single day. I don't know about all that, but I'm going to try to do a bunch of streams this week. If they do a press conference on Thursday, depending on what time they do it, I'll probably do that. Maybe the weigh-ins, depending on what time those are, I might do those. But if they're at weird times, I'm not doing them. If they're early in the day, I'm not doing them. So it all depends. Not a fan of when fighters aren't going for a finish, just holding guys on the ground. I think there's a lack of finishing attempt or lack of punishment being created on the guy on the top, stand them up. Yeah, it depends how long, for what period of time that position lasts for. What's up, Jay Batar? I'm so excited for 280. I am too, Brendan. Has there been any other pay-per-view main cards that have gotten you this super pumped? I recall I was super excited for 217. There probably has been, but not in recent memory. Not in recent memory for sure. This card has it all. This card has it all. It's an incredible card. I mean, if you can't get excited for 280, I don't even know. Like, I am so glad. I mean, to be honest, Araujo Grasso, I just wish it didn't even exist. I wish I could have looked forward to 280 for 2 weeks. Because Araujo Grasso just was like just a turd. Just a turd sandwich right before UFC 280. They force-fed us a turd sandwich. It was a shit card. Nobody cared about it. I'm one of the most hardcore UFC fans, hardcore MMA fans there is. It's a shit card. There's some people that will sit there and give you fake enthusiasm and say, "Oh, this is great, this and that." Don't get me wrong. It had some okay fights on it, all right? But it was still a turd burger of a card. A shit stain of a card, if you will. Honestly, if you reached out to Sterling or we all spam his comments about you could get him an interview this week before the fight, he seems willing. I doubt. That's very doubtful. That's very doubtful, and that's kind of desperate. Spamming his comments, I think that's kind of desperate. But I don't know what makes you think he seems willing to do something like that. It's fight week. We are live. Yeah, it's fight week. Hi, Joey, my good man. What's up? Sterling interview chat. Let's get it. Okay. Dude, UFC 280 is getting my heart rate up from now. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm thinking about it every waking second. All right, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get the point. Charles walking out is going to get me feeling hyped. I know. Imagine that. I think the UFC just needed to fill a spot for ESPN. Yeah, the card was horrible. I agree. Thoughts on Tashiro? Very interesting prospect. I'm not high on CJ Vergara. I don't know why people are. I expected him to win. But, yeah, I mean, he's a very interesting prospect. I'm curious to see who he fights and who the UFC matches him up with next. I hate when the UFC puts out a trash card like that. I didn't even watch. Literally the first card I haven't watched this year. Yeah, I almost straight up skipped it completely. But I wouldn't have skipped it completely. I would have watched it anyway. I almost skipped streaming it and not doing a post fight or anything. How the hell did Jordan Wright lose that fight? I don't know. I expected him to lose, but he always starts out well and then does terrible. Friendly reminder to all the main card starts early this weekend. Horror story if you slept through it. Could you imagine? UFC Countdown was amazing. Amazing story behind this main event. Yeah, this main event is like, I mean, the story, you couldn't write a better script for this fight. Jordan Wright has some of the worst cardio I've ever seen. Yeah. He makes a ton of content on YouTube, doesn't get that many views, and from watching his content, he seems very like a super chill guy. He watches James Lynch. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, either way, I'm not going to harass the guy. I'm not like that. So I'm not like that. So I'll leave him be. Thoughts on, and also, I mean, I highly doubt that anyway. Thoughts on Topuria Mitchell? I like the matchup. I'm leaning Topuria. People think Topuria is some striker. Topuria is legit on the ground, a legit submission threat, legit jiu-jitsu, and he has nasty power in his hands. Let me look this up real quick, just so I don't misspeak here. You look at Ilia Topuria. Of his 12 wins, 7 by submission. More than 50% of Topuria's wins are by submission. He got to the UFC and he fell in love with his hands. But he is legit on the ground. And for some reason, MMA fans and UFC fans don't realize that. So, Ilia Topuria is legit on the ground. And I think he's much better than Bryce on the feet. It's just a matter of, can Mitchell get him down and just beat him up on the ground while avoiding submission? Which may very well happen, but I lean Topuria. But that fight is not official yet, just for anyone who doesn't know. I honestly think with how many people getting signed, the lack of people becoming names, fight nights are going to look more and more like the last one. I hope not, man. Damir Ismagulov versus Justin Gaethje, who wins? I don't know. Probably Gaethje. I don't trust Damir enough. He gets hit too much, but it was against Guram. I think either guy could win that fight. Odd question, but I think the styles match well. It'd be interesting for sure. You excited for you? No, I'm not excited for that virtual reality bullshit. Topuria is going to expose Bryce. He's legit. I'm very high on Topuria. How about you? Yes. I think a lot of us kind of, like start to fall off the Topuria train, if you will, with the Jai Herbert fight. But I mean, he's fighting up at lightweight against a guy who's a rather big lightweight. So for me, I still think Topuria can do a lot of damage at featherweight. And I hope the Mitchell fight becomes official. Joey, don't forget us mortals when you get famous. I don't think that's going to happen, dude. I'm not going to get that famous. Calm down, Benji. When I spam, I just mean all of us go to his channel, leave a good comment. I think that's kind of corny. That's kind of corny. Who do you think is next after Charles Islam? Probably Volk. It's probably going to be Volk. Imagine even sleeping in the prelim. Nah, you're done if you slept for the main card. Oh my, I'd be devastated. You didn't need to send the message twice, bro. I don't know if you did that by mistake, but you've done it a couple times now. Unnecessary. How do you think McGregor Aldo 2 would have gone? I would have picked Aldo. I think Aldo just got a little bit overzealous. Jai Herbert is a middleweight, honestly. Topuria is a small featherweight. Yeah, it was a massive size disadvantage. Topuria got hurt badly in that fight, but he came back and won, so that's all that matters. I love Topuria, but Bryce will hold him down. That said, he has the power to sleep Bryce. Dude, but you forget the jiu-jitsu of Topuria. Topuria is a submission guy. He's not even a striker. He's a grounded submission guy. It's not a great matchup for Bryce. Joey, don't forget me when you owned Venom. Okay, I will not. What's up with Guru? Why do they always keep bringing up? Why do they keep bringing up your name? I have no idea. I just hear that through the chat, but I don't pay no attention to that. You hear any UFC? You have any UFC NFTs? Absolutely not. If I did, I'd just punch myself in the face. I like Sterling as one of my strong picks. Okay. Would you consider McGregor a weight bully? I don't consider anyone a weight bully. I hate that term. If they make weight, they make weight. I'm not going to sit here and cry about, oh, did they cut a little bit of weight or they cut 10 pounds or 20 pounds? Everybody does it. I'm not going to cry about it, and I'm tired of people crying, weight bully, weight bully, weight bully. Bryce will eat him. Don't mess with the farm, but we'll see. It's a very interesting matchup. I'm very high on Mavsar, so I would have preferred to see that fight. Really have two top contenders. It sucks now because Mavsar was supposed to fight Topuria earlier this year. He was supposed to fight him on UFC 270, I believe. And let me actually look that up. Yep, he was supposed to fight. Topuria was supposed to fight Mavsar on 270, and that didn't happen, and now this fight doesn't happen. So, super unfortunate. Opinions on Dana White? I don't really have an opinion on Dana White. He seems, he's got the UFC to where it is today. There's some great qualities, there's some bad qualities, but that's anyone. So, who is the best striker in lightweight? Rafael Fiziev. Easy question to answer. Also on Conor, you made a good point the other day. He chose Dustin as a comeback fight for 257 because he thought it would be easier matchup since he already had a winner. That's 100% accurate. I'm not saying he was picking easy fights because Dustin was not an easy fight, but he picked him specifically because he thought he would be able to beat him because he had already had a win over him. What's up, Eddie? What's going on? Evlo pulled out like 3 times this year. He's pulled out quite a bit. 54 in the chat, but only... Yeah, guys, like the stream. It shows me right now we got 60 in the chat. We got 22 likes. Guys, like the stream and also subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. Subscribe. Maybe with 280 we can shoot up to 6,000 before the end of the month. We got 2 weeks left. What's up, Tommy? What's going on? Do you think there's UFC fighters on USADA suspensions we don't know about? The whole Bobby Green thing got me thinking. I don't know. It's possible. Read this slowly, Joey. If you take away Yan from the card, the remaining fighters on the main card plus the Bilal Brady fight have a 79-fight win streak. That's interesting. That's very interesting. What do you think of Bobby Green hurting Fiziev? Hurting him? I don't know if he hurt him. I don't know. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Who's the most overrated current champion? I don't know. I don't really think any of them are super overrated. I don't think any of them. So I can't really pick one. I think they're all kind of... Everyone kind of... their hype is where it needs to be, basically. Yeah, I guess maybe Leon, just because people think he's going to beat Usman in the 3rd fight. But that's like gun to my head having to pick someone. Won't be surprised if John Jones is suspended. It would have came out by now. Is everyone on steroids? Probably. Joey, did Topuria miss weight a few months back? I don't think so. Did he? What's up, Fast? What's going on? Is he? No, not really. Is Ngannou overrated? How about Yuri? I don't think so. You know, overrated in my mind is people rate them way too highly considering what they've done and the skills they've shown. So I think everyone's kind of where they need to be. There's not a lot of crazy hype for any of the champions, particularly. Did Yuri surprise you with his wrestling? Not particularly. I talked about it in my prediction video that I thought he had decent enough wrestling. Izzy isn't overrated. If anything, he's underrated. Maybe. I definitely don't think he's overrated. I mean, people shit on him all the time. Bad news, Joey. I heard Evlov is out of his fight with Mitchell and Ilya Topuria is stepping in. Don't know if it's 100% true. It's not 100% true because the Topuria fight is not official. Seen any tweets about Jones and Stipe trying to happen in December? Yes, that's rumored. I have a feeling that's not going to happen, but we'll see. UFC fight week announcement. Fight day, Saturday, 10 a.m. Ceremony weigh-ins, Friday, 9 a.m. Press conference, Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern Media Day. Yeah, so all garbage times. I would stop watching MMA when Islam wins and when Rob becoming champ. Okay. For real, after so much people call someone overrated, they become underrated. Is Rose done? In my mind, she is. Let her retire. I don't ever want to see her fight again after what she did against Carlos Barza. I don't ever want to see it again. I mean, it was some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. How you like the Topuria Barboza fight? Oh, yeah, that was supposed to happen, and Barboza pulled out, right? Yeah, it was supposed to happen the end of this month. So it makes sense that he fights Bryce. It makes sense that he fights Bryce. Why not? Considering Bryce was supposed to fight November 5th. Topuria is supposed to fight October 29th. Why not now match them up? It makes perfect sense. And Topuria wants to fight. Islam ain't slamming Charles. I never said he was. I don't know if you're talking to someone else. I'm starting to lose faith in Jones versus Stipe Francis happening in December. It's probably not going to happen, dude. If McGregor loses to Gaethje, then I'll say he's washed, honestly. Okay, then you might be saying it if it happens. Where does Volk rank all time if he retired today? Probably number 1, but it's tough. I have to look closer at the resumes, but he'd be one of the greatest featherweights of all time. She could have been one of the best strawweights ever. She beat every champion, just not Carla. I know, and she could have beat her had she just been a little bit more active. Will Patty ever get the balls to fight Taporia? Absolutely not. Would you rather watch Conor versus Masvidal or Gaethje? I'd rather watch Conor versus Masvidal. What's up, Joey? What's up, Bert's dad? I'm talking to someone else. Okay. What's up, Joey? What's up, Billy? I've got Islam by submission in the third or fourth. That's fair enough. Makhachev said the people couldn't beat Charles because nobody tried to go to the ground after they knocked Charles down. It's partially true, but still think Charles can win. Yeah, but Islam does he have the hands to knock him down? We'll see. There is a potential we could see a shocker and just see Makhachev just flatline Charles on the feet. That could happen. Charles is already defensively irresponsible. Islam striking isn't that great, so I could see Oliveira coming in, underrating him. And then I could see Makhachev catching him. Volk top 10 of all time, without a doubt. Why do you think the sport passed Rousey by so quickly? I mean, because she was a one-trick pony. And also her coach. Max Holloway versus Giga Chikadze in the works, apparently. That's a terrible matchup for Giga. I have a hard time believing that. I don't think the UFC is booking that. First-ranked person Patty will fight, I don't know, maybe Tony Ferguson in like 2 years. I feel for a dude to be a backup for the main event is a tremendous mistake. Yeah, I don't like that. How do you think Charles Chandler and Justin would have done if in Charles' guard? How do you think Charles Chandler and Justin would have done? I don't know what that question means. That gave me an aneurysm. Rephrase the question. Does Islam need to knock him down to take him down? I don't think so. No, I don't think he does. What if Sean gets knocked out cold? It wouldn't surprise me. Is Ronda Rousey overrated and is her title reign overrated? A little bit, but she's a product of her era. Her era was, she fought the best of her era. And then there came a time where Holly Holm was, there to KO her with a head kick. Rip Giga. Yeah, if Giga's taking that fight against Max Holloway, he's smoking crack. Do you have an official pick for 280 yet in your head, or are you still back and forth? I'm still back and forth. I think I know what I'm going with, but I've already answered this a million times, and I think I know what I'm going with, but I'm switching back and forth quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure I've locked it down. Have you watched the countdown? Absolutely not. It didn't just come out. Someone just told me when this stream started that it came out. So, will Charles pull guard on Islam? No. I think Charles versus Islam is going to be like the Gaethje fight, as if Charles knocks him down on the feet, then finishes him on the ground. I think that happens. Thoughts? I don't see Charles knocking him down and then looking for the submission. I think if Charles knocks him down, he's going to look to finish him with ground and pound. But you never know. If the opportunity presents itself, he's definitely going to snatch up the neck. I could see, and this was my early prediction for the fight card, I could see Charles rocking him and then Islam shooting in on a sloppy takedown and getting guillotined. So, you see Dana White's top 5 goats? No, I did not. Joey, are you a ladies' man? You put on a Venom shirt, you make any man a ladies' man. What if Dustin knocks out Chandler like Chandler knocked out Tony? I guess that would be the karma coming back to him. If Colby doesn't come back, your thoughts on Khamzat versus Bilal if he wins against Brady? I like that matchup. I think it makes a lot of sense for number 1 contender fight in the welterweight division if Khamzat is willing to stay at 170. But it's Colby's wasting his entire career. He's basically pulling a John Jones. I mean, he's been out for over a year now. He's in witness protection, probably waiting to see. He's hoping Jorge gets a fight against Masvidal, and then he's hoping Jorge Masvidal gets a fight against Leon and somehow beats Leon. So then Jorge's the champ, and then Colby can challenge for the championship. And they had the grudge match, which we don't need to see. Do you think Khabib would have wrecked Holloway? Yes, Khabib would have wrecked Holloway badly. Lamau, not a year, bro. That was this year. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, you're right. I was thinking of the Usman fight. For some reason, I always think Colby's last fight was Usman, but it was Masvidal. It was in March of this year. So I was wrong, but thank you for correcting me. Joey, when was the last time you were excited for this fight? Usman versus Colby, Habib Connor. Probably Habib Connor. Joey, are you surprised Sterling is a big favorite? I did not know that. But if it's true, yes, I am surprised. I am surprised. Early thoughts on Yuri Glover too. I have an entire video on this, but I think Yuri is going to play it more safe in this fight and finish him brutally in the first round. Habib would have destroyed Max. Yes, he would have. What's the path to victory for Makhachev? Ground and pound TKO or decision via grappling and avoiding submissions. I'm not the biggest Habib fan, but it would be cool to see him at least compete in grappling matches to see how he competes against BJJ or ADCC, something like that. I guess so. I don't really care about grappling matches, so it wouldn't appeal to me. Thoughts on Ortega's next fight? I want to see him booked against Yair again. That's a fight we got robbed of. Holloway has a win over Charles. He can get the 55 belt. I mean, he could. I think he could. I think he could. Who do you have in Colby Usman 1 scored for going into the 5th? I don't remember. I think I had a 2-2. Joey, how much money to stand up? I mean, if you're willing to pay me to stand up, pay me 100. Pay me at least 100. Ortega should rematch Max. I don't really want to see Ortega get the shit beat out of him again. I don't like that idea at all. I mean, he's already taken enough brain damage at the hands of Max. Prime Habib versus Aldo, who wins? Aldo had amazing leg kicks and godly takedown defense. I think Habib would have been too big and too strong. I think he would have got Aldo down, unfortunately. But if they were the same size, I'd pick Habib with control time against the fence. Skill for skill, Petr Yan versus Charles Oliveira. If they're the same size, I'm taking Petr Yan all day long. Brian was getting pieced up in the Yair fight. Yeah, but it only lasted so long. So, should Oliveira be pound for pound with the victory? I mean, I don't really care about the pound for pound list, but he should definitely be up there. Maybe Volk's ahead of him. Let's say Dustin, Justin, or Chandler followed into Charles' guard after they knocked him down. How would have either have done? They probably would have got subbed. Honestly, they made a smart decision. Was Ortega overrated before the Max fight? Yes. Getting more and more excited for this card each day. I agree. I'll give you $20 to do 10 jumping jacks. You're going to have to give me more than that, bro. Max, what do I look like? A hobo waiting outside like a convenience store trying to get money for cigarettes? Max can't really fight contenders at 145, so I don't know who else he could fight. Yeah, he's in a shitty situation. If I was him, I'd just wait it out and hope Volk goes up to lightweight and stays there. Can you imagine the scene of Charles Oliveira submitting Islam out cold with Habib screaming in the corner and Charles hopping the cage, attacking Habib? How crazy would that be? That'd be insanity. Do you think Yan would have beaten Cejudo for the bantamweight title? Yes. It would have been a very compelling fight, though. What's up, L? What's going on? How... Charles is number 3 in the pound for pound. If he beats Islam, then most likely Charles versus Volk at 284. If he beats Volk, number 1 pound for pound. I agree. You're funny. Thank you. Send the super chat. Send the super chats, man. Where are the super chats at? Anthony. Islam never fought a ranked guy. People overlooking his level. But yeah, but he's been very dominant. I'm going to talk about that in the video, though. I'm going to talk about that in the video, so I'm not going to spend too much time here doing that. You think Oliveira Habib goes? How do I think Oliveira Habib goes? I think Habib probably mauls him on the ground. But it'd be a very compelling fight, and I would love to see that matchup. I wish UFC 280 was tomorrow. I love the build-up. So I don't like when it's like a month away. But I'm going to enjoy this next 5 days. The anticipation of a big card is one of my favorite things about MMA. We low-key lost some good fights on 280. I know we lost Lemos versus Rodriguez that was on there. We lost Jalton Almeida versus somebody who I can't remember. Shamil Abdurrahimov. So we lost a couple, which is crazy. So who's actually the backup fighter? I don't know. Don't care. Mickey Gall will be the champ by 2024. Yeah, right. Would you rather watch the Cejudo cringe compilation or Sonnen versus Ortiz? I'd rather just jump in a wood chipper. Is what I'd rather do. So, I'm not watching either one of those. I mean, that's a garbage one. I've never been this excited for a card. This is the most excited I've been in a couple years. Beneil Dariush versus Volk. Okay. During the weigh-in show, we're all going to be anxiously waiting for Charles and Islam to make weight. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Is Dariush overrated? No, Dariush is underrated. He's much better than people give him credit for. He has good striking. He has great kicks. And I think he's going to land a couple of those body kicks on Gamrot. Daniel Thomas, thank you for the 2 pounds. I greatly appreciate you. Joey the GOAT. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for your support, man. And thank you for calling me the GOAT. What a beautiful title to bestow upon me. So thank you for the donation. What's next for Brady if he wins? It's going to be tough. It's going to be a #1 contender fight next, in my opinion. Maybe Khamzat, maybe Colby, maybe Burns, something like that. Maybe Shavkat after he beats. In a perfect world, I would do Khamzat Colby, Usman Leon. Usman beats Leon. Khamzat beats Colby. You get Usman versus Khamzat for the title. And then in the meantime, you do Shavkat Jeff Neal, Brady Bilal. The winners of those 2 fights fight each other. And they would fight the winner of Usman versus Khamzat. So, the answer to your question is the winner of Bilal Brady versus the winner of Shavkat versus Jeff Neal. That's the fight to make. Khamzat versus Costa, who wins? Probably Costa. I just think Costa's too big. He's not going to be bullied, and his striking is very good. And he's durable as hell. Do you think there will be a fight night card on Christmas Eve, seeing as it's on a Saturday? Absolutely not. Is this the most stacked card in UFC history? No, probably not history, but it's pretty close. It's top 5 for sure. I was asking, who do you think wins, Beneil or Volk? I would probably pick Volk. Have you gotten any good sponsorship offers yet? I've gotten some, but nothing that I really particularly like doing or want to do. Thoughts on slap fighting? Not a fan. Don't care. Prime RDA versus Prime Charles. Prime RDA. UFC 280 versus UFC 205. It's hard to say because it was so long ago versus recency bias. Probably 205. Good morning, Joey. Good morning, Thomas. I'd love to see Brady versus Shavkat if he wins. Makes perfect sense. Have you watched the 280 countdown yet? No, I have not. It just came out. Thank you for the $1 donation, Anthony. I appreciate you very much with no message. Thank you. For the super chat. Thank you for your support. Any early predictions for UFC 300? It's like 3 years away. It's not going to happen. We have no idea. The roster is going to be completely different in 2-3 years. Alex is a moron for taking the backup spot. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe he's just talking shit. Connor said he's willing to step in for Khabib or Tony, and then when he got the call, he said no. December 3 card looking stacked. Yes, but I hate the main event. Will you be watching all of the UFC event, even the prelims? I try to watch every single fight on every single card. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do, but I try to. So, yeah, the answer to your question is yes. Let me see something real quick. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Keep filling the chat with questions. Don't forget to like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would like the stream. Let me see something really quick. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. Where was I at? We are going for a decent amount of weeks without fights at the end of the year since the holidays are in the weekends. Yep, it's like 3 weeks, right? I'm going to December 3rd card. Can't wait. I hope you have a great time, my friend. I hope you have an excellent time. And enjoy yourself, man. I wish you nothing but great fights. Have you ever trained any martial arts? No. Joey, our sleeper at 170 division is a beast. I forgot his name, is sitting back soon to be the champ 100%. You talking about Shavkat? Do you like Cain Velasquez? What do you mean, like as a fighter, as a person? What exactly are you talking about? He doesn't really fight anymore. I loved his fight style. I loved watching him fight. He seemed like a great guy. It's not like he was one of my top favorite fighters, but I mean, in his prime, it was hard to imagine anybody beating him. Kattar or Allen? I'm leaning Calvin Kattar. Who would you collab with? Nobody, dude. I'm a small channel. Nobody's collabing with me right now. Have you ever watched BKFC? I've seen a little bit, but not much. I don't really watch BKFC. I'm just not into. I'm not into BKFC. I'm not into, the dumbass YouTube boxing. I don't even talk about that shit anytime somebody asks me. So, how many beers are you pounding for 280? I do not drink, so 0. Could Usman or Colby take Chimaev down? It's possible, but doubtful. Joey Dance? No, absolutely not. Hamzat is in Abu Dhabi. He might be trying to be the backup. Doubt it. Joey, what's your birth date? Wouldn't you like to know? The OGs of the channel know at some point. But does Alex or KO Izzy on November 12th? Does Alex KO Izzy on? No, absolutely not. But maybe. Cater's going to put a beating on Allen. Allen's one of those guys. There's still some question marks there. How do you feel about Allen's 9-fight win streak? Not the greatest of competition. I don't get why people are sleeping on Allen and Mitchell. They both can easily beat any 45ers. Yeah, true. How much soda did you drink before stopping? What do you mean, like in my lifetime or like daily or what? What's the question there? Damn straight. You gotta give me a more specific. Isn't Greg Hardy fighting Ben Rothwell soon? I have no idea. I literally don't pay attention to that. Like when I'm scrolling through like Twitter looking at like MMA news and stuff, because that's all the people I follow. If I see like if my eyes even pick up a certain word, like there's a 2-word combo. One starts with a J, the second word starts with a P, or BKFC, I just automatically just scroll over. I don't care. Bryce Mitchell versus Topuria. Who do I got? We talked about this earlier, but I'm leaning Topuria, but it could go either way. Who would you take between Prime GSP and Habib GSP? Yes, the fighter I'm talking about. What do you think about MMA Guru? He's the reason I checked your channel. He's doing great on YouTube, but I don't really know him too much. So, it's hard for me to say. But I wish him the best. That's all I can really say. Have you seen Karjitsu Championship on YouTube? Must be the craziest sport ever. I feel like I've seen a clip on Twitter. I usually see a lot of weird MMA YouTube related stuff on Twitter. Ngannou will never lose his belt. It's hard to say. Like daily, how much soda would you drink? I don't know. At one point, I drank like probably like a couple cans a day, something like that. But there wasn't like an exact amount, But I would say more than that was probably more than you should. Definitely a lot more than you should. I feel like if you drink soda, you should drink maybe one, like with dinner or something like that. But I used to drink more than that. Do you think Alexa Grasso would? No, absolutely not. Is UFC scamming their audience with NFTs and virtual reality stuff? Yes. I've talked about this recently quite a bit, and it actually drives me nuts. The UFC perpetually insults their base audience. Right or wrong, it may be right, but it's just annoying for someone like me who sees this shit just over and over and over again. And it's like they're just insulting our intelligence. All they try to do, slam gambling advertisements down our throat, slam NFTs down our throat, slam alcohol down our throat. I think I might have already said that. I don't even know. Now it's virtual reality. It's just like, they're just literally like, hey, we got a bunch of dumb men ages 18 to 35 watching us. What can we make money off of selling to them? And I just feel like it's an insult to our intelligence, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it. Didn't even know you were live, fam. Just subbed. What did you watch? How did you find the channel that you end up subbing on? Let me know. But thank you for subscribing. Everybody welcome Sean P. Everyone say welcome Sean P in the chat. Come on. He just subbed. He's the newest subscriber to the channel. Would you do a collab with MMA Guru? I have no idea, dude. I'd have to look into that shit. Do you think Till would ever be champ? No. Dude, Till has the worst resume ever. Do you think Carlos Condit is top 10 welterweight? No. Glover will get his belt back? No. How do you feel about the crazy shit that's happening in Russia, like 600 people in open field? I don't pay attention to it, so I don't know. Joe, what's the best card you ever been to in person? I mean, 172 was pretty damn good. So I'd probably say the first one I ever went to, 172. Hey, hey Joey, what's it like living in a sports city? Is it often a lot of hype around Orioles, Ravens, etc.? Not much where I live. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people love the Orioles and Ravens around here. Condit was a scary dude for sure. Welcome, Sean P. Can you pick at Cejudo's resume? Um, Cejudo did not beat Mighty Mouse Johnson. He beat a malnourished TJ Dillashaw. And if Marlon Moraes did not gas, he would have lost. So, Cejudo doesn't have a great resume. I'm not saying he's not good, but he doesn't have a good resume. Condit versus Lawler and GSP were awesome. Agreed. That head kick that Condit landed on GSP in like the third round, I think it was, almost finished him. Love your take on the UFC and the MMA fans' relationship. Dude, it's constantly insulting of our intelligence. We got stacked UFC events in the next 5 weeks, all back to back to back. I haven't looked into every event. I'm just honed in on UFC 280 right now. He had GSP in deep trouble. Yup. Much love, brother. Definitely humble for shout out everyone here. Whoever your pick is for any weight division, just enjoy the fights and believe. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hal Till's resume the worst. I mean, he literally has no good wins. His best win is Cowboy Cerrone. Grasso has seriously talented boxing skills. I disagree. Joey, give us a short breakdown of Yan O'Malley. I have the prediction video on the channel, Casey, but my short prediction is Yan's better everywhere, and Yan will finish him in the later rounds after getting reads, but he will win all the fight. He will win every round. Thoughts on Ali Abdelaziz? He's a scumbag. He's a slime ball, but the fighters that he manages seem to love him. But Ali partially works for the UFC in a way. Welcome to the channel. A steroided up Dillashaw, not only malnourished. Yeah, but he was malnourished as well. Please no more women's main event, almost guaranteed decision. Do I bet 5K on Gamrot to win 2.5? I want to do decision plus money or TKO. Your input will determine everything here. Jeez. If I had to guess, I could see Gamrot finishing him. I could see Gamrot TKOing him, but I predict Gamrot to win via decision. So take that advice for what you will. What's up, Niles? Thoughts on Martinez calling out Cruz? That's a great matchup, but Dom only wants to fight. That's never going to happen, but I do like... I do think... it's never going to happen. When's your Islam Charles prediction coming out? Tomorrow. When you're a bigger YouTube, would you be interested in interviewing fighters? Yeah, I'm already interested in it. What about the Wonderboy win? Wonderboy win, he did not win. How do you feel about Cub not speaking at the pre-fight presser? Don't give a shit. Didn't Till beat Wonderboy? Yes, he did, but not really. Nobody believes that. As Colby would say, good evening, nerds and virgins. There you go. Guys, didn't 280 already happen? No, it did not. Thoughts on Valentina versus Nunes 3? I would love to see it. I love the Yan versus O'Malley vid. Just wanted a short breakdown for my homie to hear it. Okay. So it's for your homie to hear it. Petr Yan is more skilled everywhere. There's a lot of question marks about Sean O'Malley's skill sets. He's beaten nothing but trash cans. The only good opponent that he's ever fought, he's fought two good opponents. One's Pedro Munoz. He lost the round, then poked him in the eye and ended in no contest. The other one, he got brutally chopped at the legs, then shucked to the ground and flash KO'd and then stretchered out of the cage with no serious injuries against Marlon Vera. And I just don't see a way he beats Petr Yan. I think Petr Yan's one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. He's going to march down Sean O'Malley. He's going to crowd Sean O'Malley. He's going to land combinations on Sean O'Malley. He's going to brutally chop the legs of Sean O'Malley. He's going to rip to the body against Sean O'Malley. And just if, Sean O'Malley's able to keep him off of him, he's pumping the jab, using the reach advantage, using the height advantage, deep into the body, and he's able to keep Petr Yan at distance with the striking. Petr Yan will look for a moment. He will snatch Sean O'Malley's back. He will ragdoll him to the ground, and he will control him on the ground and win rounds that way. But I don't think he's going to need to do that. I think he's the far superior striker. There's levels to this game. Sean O'Malley has never fought someone who's even sniffed the skill level of Petr Yan. And Petr Yan's going to beat his ass badly. But Petr Yan's going to be super dialed in. He knows how much this fight means. He underestimated Aljamain Sterling in the last fight. So he's going to be getting those reads. He's going to be ripping to the body of Sean. And then later in the third round, he's going to TKO him. So there you go, my friend. I hope that's a little bit better for you, in case the first one wasn't long enough for your buddy. Fiziev versus Magulov. I'll take Fiziev all day. I don't want to hear anything about Drake's bets. That's a fucking scam too. Drake's not even betting his own money. He's betting house money. These betting companies give them a lot of money to bet on their own platform, and essentially it's an advertisement, okay? It's not even a real bet, and I'm so tired of the MMA community and the MMA media giving them attention. Oh, Drake bet 1.5 million on Masvidal. No, he didn't. The company that runs the bets gave him the money to bet, essentially not losing any money, and then they paid him extra money on top of it just because, guess what? All the damn zombies who gobble up Drake are like, oh, if Drake bets here, I got to go bet here now. And it's just an advertisement. It's a scam, and it's another insult on our intelligence. It's a scam. And I wish we'd just stop talking about it, to be honest. That's why I don't think you guys realize when I don't want to talk about something, it's not because I don't, it's like, oh, not because I don't have an opinion on it. Because the only way to get rid of these things is to try to let them become irrelevant. If we don't talk about the guy's name who starts with a J and then his last name starts with a P and he does boxing, if we don't talk about him, he's not relevant in our community anymore. If we don't talk about the dumbass Drake bets, it's not relevant in our community anymore. If nobody buys the dumbass MMA, UFC, NFTs, which I don't care if you're on here right now and you've done this, you're an idiot. And I apologize for that, but it's true. You need to hear the hard truth. The shit is a scam, and we need to just not talk about it, not advertise it. That's when I have weirdos on this channel sometimes that are like posting in the chat weird shit, wanting to get a reaction. I would love to talk shit back to them. But the thing is, I can't give them relevancy because that's exactly what they want. So we got to ignore it. I remember, I can talk about this now because it's not relevant anymore. I remember when people used to talk about daily dumbass Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith and what shit, piss poor sports takes they had today. They used to come up with outrageous takes just so people would be like, can you believe they think this? Oh my God, can you believe Skip Bayless said this? And all it was to get attention. It's to get attention. And everybody was falling right into what they wanted them to do. They had you eating out of the palm of their hand. And that's what people do. And that's exactly why certain things I just blatantly don't want to talk about or ignore because it's not worth it. What's next for Cruz if he only wants to fight people ranked ahead of him? I don't know. I have no idea. Sneak preview not saying, but who? But Islam versus Charles by decision or finish. I'll tell you this. If Islam wins, I think it'll be by decision. If Charles wins, it'll be by finish. If you saw your neighbor getting robbed and if you helped him, you will miss 280. Will you help him? Or are they're getting robbed? No doubt about it. Joey, how do you disagree on Grasso's hands? The first comment I ever felt so wrong. Feel you were so wrong with all due respect. I mean, maybe for the division, but it's not that good. It's just the way I feel. I don't think it's that great. If Hamzat fights Paulo Costa, what's next for Robert Whittaker? Praying that Pereira beats Adesanya. If not, if Sean Strickland maybe beats Cannonier. Is Pete Rodriguez legit? No. He will never break the top 10 or 5. He beat Mike Jackson. Come on now. Come on now. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. We will see. Time will tell. Only time will tell, guys. Boom. Gone. Okay. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't already, like this stream. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you turn on notifications, because Charles Oliveira Islam Makhachev video will be out tomorrow. I know a lot of you guys are dying to see who I'm predicting. It will be out tomorrow. O'Malley also fought Chris Montigno, a human punching bag, and he was getting gas. And also, Chris Montigno did very well pressuring him. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but you know. Hawk Lungs, thank you for the $2 donation. Who do you want Jones to fight, Ngannou or Gane? I want John Jones, Francis Ngannou. John Jones, Francis Ngannou. That's what I want. Badly. Badly, badly. I want no other fights. No other fights than that. Let's be okay. Where was I? Okay, let's be honest. Chimaev and Shavkat destroy Bilal and Brady with ease. What threat do Brady and Bilal even have to Chimaev and Shavkat? Neither can strike nearly as good. There's levels to this game. I agree with you. I agree with you, but that doesn't make like the fights wouldn't be any less fun. You look like you're half Arn Anderson and half Ted DiBiase, both 80s wrestling. Okay, I'll take that as a compliment. You see Chito Vera as a champion or no? I think he could be, but it's hard to say. You think Drake even knows anything about the people he's betting on? No, it's all for an advertisement. All for an advertisement. If you're in a street fighter, which fighter would you want to have your back? Someone who's willing to break the law. I want someone just whipping out weapons. How Joey? Hi, Joey. Just, I don't know what that means, but okay. What's up, Daniel? Effing great breakdown. Thanks. No problem. Sadiq Yusuf said gun to his head, he'd pick Islam. Bro, ready to die. Yeah. Just wanted to say I'm a big fan of your channel. Thank you, Daniel Thomas. Shavkat versus Burns. We can't do that to Burns, but Shavkat would win that fight. Do you think Islam fans overrate him? Agree. Yes. Is James Lynch coming on your show soon? Probably. Preach, Joey. Thank you. Mario says lots of lurkers. Hawk Lungs, thank you again for the super chat donations going right towards the purchase price of UFC 280. Thank you for your donation, my friend. Hey, the 5% of your female viewers is tuning in. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thoughts on Yan Sugar? I just discussed it in depth, but I have a full breakdown and prediction on the channel, but I think Yan wins by 3rd round TKO. Is Joey pushing peas? Grasso has good hands for women's MMA. I guess so. Joey really said that's his neighbor's problem. Yeah, it is. I'm not missing 280. If I got to miss 280, he's going to go from getting robbed to getting murdered. So if he causes me to miss 280. Will Jack Della Maddalena ever enter the top 15? I think it's possible, but it remains to be seen. I'm a huge fan of Sean Brady. What are the chances of him losing to Bilal? I'll say 30%. I picked Brady. I picked Brady by decision. I think 70% Brady wins, 30% Bilal wins. I'm late. You're always late. Joey, watch the Chael Sonnen and Joe Rogan podcast. I don't watch any Joe Rogan, but it's really worth it. I can't listen to either one of them talk. What's up, JJ Smoke? Fries, you missed 70% of the streams. I went to Disneyland with my family today for the first time in 4 years, and surprisingly, it was tolerable. I hope it wasn't super busy. Who would you take in a fight between Wonderboy and Pereira? I'd probably take Wonderboy. 90 viewers. There's 92 viewers right now, and there's 47 likes. So, guys, like the stream. That's how more people find the channel, and that's how we grow the channel. So, we're at 5,394 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to 5,400 before we end the stream tonight. So, I think it's possible if you guys run up the likes on the stream. Look, if we get over 100 likes, on the stream in the next 30 minutes, 100 likes on the stream, next 30 minutes we'll go for 2 hours. So there you go. Like the stream. And I got a video to do, and I might just have to push it off till tomorrow. Joey, I know Charles is nasty in the clinch, but if he clinches with Islam, he's going to get destroyed. Very safe for Islam to get a takedown in the way. Maybe not. Islam's good in the clinch. Charles has some nasty knees to the body. You think Tony should retire? Yes. Yes, Tony should definitely retire. Joey, who are your upsets? I don't pay attention to odds, so I can just tell you my picks up until this point. I have Brady. I have Makhachev. I have Führer, Man and Führer. I have Gamrot. I have Yan. And maybe my co-main and main will potentially be underdogs. I don't know. From what I've heard, they may be. From getting robbed to getting murdered, I'm dead, Joey LaMail. I'm for missing 280. Oh my goodness, yeah. If you cause me to miss UFC 280, you're getting murdered. No doubt about that. Now this stream is going to get flagged for violent crime discussion. We're gonna get flagged for violent crime discussion. I gotta start locking in my picks on Topology as I do them, so I don't forget. Joey, will Jones ever fight again? Phil John will be awesome if he fights again. I have no idea. I think he will, but the more and more I think about it, I'm like, it seems like it's never going to happen. And it's unfortunate now because even if he does fight, he's wasted 3 years of his career just now. And he's wasted year upon year before with PED violation and whatnot. So it's super unfortunate. The comments have spoken is watching the show in the shower right now. Respectfully, since you're my favorite MMA content, wouldn't you say that we can't do that to Burns fighting Shavkat is the same thing as Wonderboy? No. Because Burns just fought Hamzat. So Burns has already done that. Burns has already been there, done that. What is going on here? Let me see what this is. Okay. Guys, do me a favor. If you don't already, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MMA Joey C, which I will type in the chat. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll be tweeting out about UFC 280 related stuff all week. So go follow me on Twitter. Go follow me on Instagram at MMA Joey C. I would greatly appreciate it. Which fight would you say is prime TJ Dillashaw? Probably Renan Barão too. Thoughts on Mason's Taekwondo background? I don't know who you're talking about. French fries and JJ Smoke are like Batman and Robin. Michael Bisping, where was I at? Michael Bisping is probably my least favorite commentator. Dude just continues to talk over finishes. Yeah, Bisping's awful. I was number 66 subscriber. That's pretty crazy. Oliveira, appreciate you, by the way. Olive's really said he's better wrestler than Islam in the UFC's countdown. Maybe he thinks he is. Pepsi or Coke products, neither. I still stand by that. I just don't think anyone deserves anything in life. You take the opportunity to win. If you lose, regardless, you still lost. Burns' only path to earn number one contender shots by beating Shavkat. Yeah, I have no problem with that matchup, but I'm just saying, like, damn, we're gonna feed him Hamzat and then Shavkat too. Some of these other guys have to pick up some of the slack as well. I mean, Burns just can't fight everyone at all times. Hold on. Man, if 280 sucks, would you ever get this hype for a card again? Like 2 stacked cards, flop in a row, 276? I'd be super disappointed. I'd be super disappointed. I'd be super disappointed. Probably never get hyped again. Thoughts on Japanese fighter Tashiro Tara? He seems very seasoned on the ground for someone that young. Quick armbar switch was slick. I am very high on him. I can't wait to see who he gets matched up with next. And I think he looked very good, but people were overhyping CJ Vergara, so it's tough to say. But I'm high on him. I'm very high on him. I can't wait to see what he can do within the division. And he's in a division where, let me just double check something before I speak very stupidly. I just want to make sure now because I don't want to sound dumb here in a second. Yeah, he's in a division. I was thinking for a second, what if he's not in flyweight for some reason? He's in a division where it's not like bantamweight where it's just crazy stacked. Flyweight's getting good and it's maturing and it has a lot of good talent there, but it's more wide open than a division like bantamweight. So I think he's going to be a future contender in the flyweight division. How many times have you changed your prediction on the main event? I have no idea. It's one of those things where it's probably hundreds of times, honestly, at this point. I don't really know the number. I've renewed my membership on my burner. Well, either way, appreciate you. Has RDA ever paved? Has RDA already paved his way, and is he free to fight whoever he wants? Yeah, as long as he's not in the top 10, which he is right now. Burns would have to beat 3 guys before another title shot, so it's safer for him to take the 3 fights win path. But eventually he'd have to beat Shavkat probably anyway, so may as well get him early. Yeah, but I don't want to see him beat... I don't want to see Shavkat beat Burns after Burns just lost to Hamza, if that makes sense. I want like 2 surging guys against each other. Oh, I see. Conor would have submitted Dustin if Dustin didn't have his toes. You're full of shit. But yeah, I agree with your point too. Colby holding up the division, man, like he has an actual chance in beating the Wolf. Though minimum still could. Don't get why he won't just fight him. So annoying. Yeah, it's infuriating. What was the first pay-per-view you watched? I watched UFC 114 Rashad Evans versus Rampage Jackson. It was a terrible pay-per-view, by the way. Gilbert Burns defeats Shavkat by 3rd round decision. So, it's hard to say. But I just feel bad, like, Gilbert gets Hamzat and Shavkat back-to-back. But Shavkat's most likely fighting Jeff Neal anyway. So, we don't got to worry about that, my friend. Worst division in the UFC right now, probably heavyweight. RDA needs to go to PFL to get that $1 million. Yeah, I mean, maybe so. Maybe so. UFC should let him go. I mean, RDA's fought the who's who in the lightweight division and welterweight division, honestly. He's fought Colby, he's fought Usman, he's fought a lot of great guys. He's fought Habib in lightweight. So he has a great resume. He's one of the craziest resumes ever as far as levels of competition. Let me just search something real quick. Boom. I got like 1 million tabs open right now too. Okay, let me X out of this one. Don't need this one. Don't need Ilya Taporia anymore. Let's see. I got so many. I mean, look how many videos I'm doing, guys. In the last 10 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 17 videos in the last 10 days. Think about how crazy that is. That's including streams too. We're looking at a live stream, then a Jeff Neal Shavkat video, then a live stream, then a video about Volk being the backup, then Alexa Grasso, Viviane Araújo prediction. Ugh. Is UFC 280 worth your money? The weekly live chat, Makhachev Gordon prediction, live stream, Yuri Glover 2 announcement, Bilal Muhammad Sean Brady prediction, live stream, Grasso Araújo live stream, Chukagian versus Manon Fury prediction, Dariush versus Gamrot prediction, Yan versus O'Malley prediction, live stream. 17 videos, guys. 17 videos in the last 10 days. What more could you guys possibly want from me? Insanity. Absolute insanity. I can't believe that. I wonder, can I see how many views I have on my channel? There's a way. Yeah, guys, we're almost to 1 million views. We're going to hit 1 million views very, very soon. We're at 960,000 views. Roughly just under that. So we get about a little over 100,000 views per month. So probably by the end of this month, I would guess, we are going to have 1 million channel views. That is straight up insanity. Straight up insanity. And we're creeping up. We're creeping up on 6,000 subs soon. And then before you know it, we're going to be to 10,000 subs. So you guys, I'm going to build this channel. We're going to build this channel into a pretty big MMA channel. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But the plan is we're going to build this into like Next year, maybe end of next year, maybe 20K subscribers. Following year, maybe 70,000. Then the following year, maybe 100,000. I'm not going to stop ever, but as crazy as it sounds now, I kind of want that 100K plaque, you know? And I got an iron will. I don't care if it takes 10 years. I don't care if it takes 15 years. I will get that 100K plaque one of these days. And I don't know how long it'll take, but imagine that 100K on the channel. Wouldn't that be sick? I know a lot of you guys probably don't think it's possible, but I think it is. It might take a while. I'll say 100K by 2027. I'll say 100K subscribers by 2027. Let me put a year in the chat. If you think we can hit 100K subscribers, as crazy as that sounds, what year do you think we will hit 100K? Put it in the chat. I don't care if you think it's 15 or 20 years from now or next year or whatever it may be. Just put it in the chat, just out of sheer curiosity. How much do you guys believe in the channel? Because the early part is the hard part. Once you start getting up there, and you start getting in the algorithm, shit starts going really well. Like the last 6 months or so has been really well for me, and it compounds. It's like an investment. The channel starts compounding. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's go, Joey. Get the 100K plaque. You got this. 2025, 2023. Now 100K by 2024, 2025 at the latest. 2023, 2026. I think next year you'll get there. Once the ball's rolling, then you'll get there next year. Okay. 2024, 2029, 100K in 2024. I definitely think 100K is possible late 2024. 2025 is reasonable. 2050, when you look like Luke Thomas, imagine that. We'll be with you. Wiffle ball is the best sport. Have you ever played? I've played it like in elementary school. 2024. There you go. And somebody says February 30th, 2025. So there you go. There you go. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support. Some of you guys in the chat, not some of you, just one of you, acts like a clown on a consistent basis, and we don't even need to acknowledge that. So, but here we are. We're sitting at 5,000. It's way too early, so who knows? But that's the goal. The end goal. That's the goal right there. That'll be awesome. Okay. Let's see. Where were we at? Somehow now I'm lost in my chat because YouTube scrolls all the way to the bottom. What was the first pay-per-view you watched? Worst division. The bantamweight division will never be the same again this Sunday. This Saturday, you mean? What do you think about the ring girl making 70K a show? I'm happy for her. You want to see Pena versus Nunes 3? Absolutely not. Should Stipe retire? He's already retired. How close was the main event last night between Grasso and Araujo? I find it dominant from Grasso. The commentators made it seem like it was close. I thought it was close. I thought it could have went either way. Do you think Charles might initiate the wrestling? No, probably not. Joey calling it now. O'Malley will KO Yan. We will see. Uberim versus Ngannou. Uberim easily wins. Do you think Sean even has the possibility of beating Petr? It's a possibility. I'll say less than 15% chance. Hamzat versus Usman. Sign me up. That's the fight that I want to see. 17. Damn, Joe, you're putting in that work. Always, my friend. Always. I have an iron will and an iron determination. It just can't be matched. Congrats. Thank you. Hoping 280 ends same level as UFC 261. Epic shit followed by brutal KO from the champ. That would be crazy. Then what? Thoughts on Sterling faces if he beats Dillashaw? He faces the winner of Yan O'Malley. All right, then we got to the years. Um, do, 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 do. Um, I know it will happen if we have good health. Rogan talking about the Jones Reyes fight, kind of sad that the last 2 rounds should count more because if the fight to the death, the last person to win the last 2 rounds will win. I never even paid attention to that. I believe I'm the oldest person who watches your channel. Maybe. Dude's making a joke because the 30th doesn't even exist. Oh well. Come on, Joey. That was a funny joke about Luke Thomas. Okay, I never said it wasn't. Favorite ice cream flavor? I don't eat ice cream, so I don't have one. You will get there, buddy. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you. Who have you win? Who would win? K Hansen versus Chris Montino. Weird matchup, but I would take K Hansen all day. I'm 56 years old, so you might be the oldest. What is your biggest question mark around 280? It's how good Sean O'Malley. How good is Sean O'Malley? But also how good is Islam? Because Islam, in a way, you can make comparisons to O'Malley because Islam hasn't fought the greatest of competition either. He's looked good, but hasn't fought the greatest of competition. And people are going to rage at that, and I'm going to say that in my main event prediction as well when I talk about that. I think Islam has been more dominant and also has fought better competition than someone like O'Malley, but still, there's the question mark there. Who's winning, Caitlin Chukagian or Manon Fury? I have Manon Fury. I have a full breakdown and prediction on the channel. I think Manon Fury finishes her. Ngannou versus Gane too. Sure, sign me up. Gaethje said that Usman is a shadow of his former self. I mean, who knows? In 2 years, with the same output of content you put in 17, 18 videos out consistently, there you go. Prediction Shark actually got to see Conor win a fight at lightweight. Yeah. Yeah, Prediction Shark's 56 years old, so he actually got to see Conor McGregor win a fight at lightweight. How crazy is that? Joe, in your mind, what is the only way that gets Khabib to fight Charles? Nothing. UFC 280 countdown showed Charles at wrestling class and played an interview with Islam saying he will take him down immediately and maul him. Yeah, so we'll see. Who's your top five fighter 2022? No thinking, just say the first 5 fighters that come to mind. What do you mean, like they've had the best year or the best fighters regardless of what they've done this year? I'm assuming who have had the best years. Volk. I don't know. Hamzat. I'm trying to think. There's not like someone popping into my head right now. I can't remember who's done great this year. Yuri, even though he's only had 1 fight, I believe, right? Oliveira, but he's missed weight. So there you go. I think that's 4. So there you go. Very independent MMA channels currently have 100K plus. It's possible though. We'll make it happen. I'm sure there's multiple people that can make it happen. So your favorite independent MMA news source right here on the channel. There you go, guys. We got too many shills and biased channels lingering around. I'll be your favorite independent MMA news source right here. Joey, are your sources ever wrong? My sources are like 98.8%. What are the chances Oliveira initiates the wrestling? I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to look to light him up on the feet, and he's going to pressure him heavily. And then I think Islam is going to be shooting desperation takedowns probably. He may get them, though. Imagine if 280 main event ends... Oh, God. Don't even suggest that, JJ Smoke. You're about to get timed out just for suggesting that. How dare you? That's an absolute horrific suggestion. And I can't believe you would even say such a thing. I cannot believe you would even suggest such a thing. So, the O'Malley video is performing pretty well, guys. The O'Malley video is performing pretty well. We're already over 1,000 views in like 2 hours. So that's solid. So if you're one of those people who watched it, I greatly appreciate you. I'll have to check the comments later. I got a bunch of comments on it already. Haven't. Somebody said Joey grows a mean beard. I'll like that. I'll actually heart that, you know. So, but yeah, guys, after this stream, we'll go for a while longer. But after this stream, make sure to go watch all the predictions. Let's see. Let me see something real quick. Apparently a guy named Zach followed me from 2 different accounts. Appreciate you. And liked my photos as well. So thank you for following me on Instagram, Zach. I greatly appreciate it. Guys, if you weren't here earlier, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MMA Joey C. At MMA Joey C. I would greatly appreciate it. I want my other goal in the next like 6 months or so. I want to get my Instagram followers and my Twitter followers to 1,000. That's a goal. On Twitter right now, I am sitting at almost 300. I'm 2 away from 300. And on Instagram, I'm sitting at 216. So, but we got a highly active 216 though. And as we do it, somebody that goes ahead and does that. I got a notifications. Where are we at? Okay, I already read that. You garbage. JJ Smoke for that. You are garbage. Shame on you, JJ Smoke. Why is everyone lurking? Yeah. Right now it says we got 101 people in the chat, guys. It looks like a bunch of people. Hold on. Somebody sent me something. Oh, someone tried to audio call me right now. Who's trying to audio call me in the middle of a thing? That's hilarious, though. If you're lurking, let me know in the chat as well. Send a message in the chat. If you had to watch 280, you have to miss the next 5 pay-per-views. Would you miss them? Dude, that's not even a fun question. I'm not missing anything. So okay, where were we at? Oh, or even Sean versus Munoz? Or even Sean versus Munoz? What is that? I don't know what that question is. Have you ever considered training MMA in real life? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what this question means. Even Sean versus Munoz. What were we even talking about? I don't remember. What were we talking about? Have you ever considered training MMA in real life? Yeah, I just put on Venom gear, and I basically every day I just go out and pick fights, and that's basically my MMA training right there. Is O'Malley a clown for pretty much saying he deserves like half Aljo's pay-per-view points? Yes, because I don't even think O'Malley's that popular that he's moving pay-per-views. Yeah, I think O'Malley's popular, but he's not moving pay-per-views. If Chris Cyborg and Nunes fight again, who wins? I'll say Nunes, but it's a 50-50 fight. Hamzat is the fighter of the year, and whenever Burns is enough, but his weight miss is my only thing. Why don't you put the comments on the screen anymore? I do when I'm using StreamYard. I mix it up, and I use StreamYard sometimes, and I use OBS sometimes. Follow me back. I comment on your newest pick. I will check it out after the video. The O'Malley video is good because people who follow you will be waiting for it. Agreed. Like this channel, more humble and interactive with people. Appreciate you. Call them back. I don't know what they're liable to say. So apparently it's Jarrell Dummus. So I feel like that's a combination of a word that tries to get you to say something. All my best, man. Keep up the hustle. There you go. Now it jumped all the way down. Joey, thoughts on Figueiredo versus Moreno 4? I got Figueiredo. If your Wi-Fi stopped working during UFC 280, what would you do? Well, you know what would suck? I don't have the greatest of service at my house. Hold on a second. I don't have the greatest of service at my house. So like my ESPN Plus wouldn't load. But literally like 1 minute down the street, I get full service. So I would run as fast as I can, jump in the car, drive up the street, put it on ESPN Plus, and then I would drive to my grandmother's house and go there and start watching it. Like if it was in the middle of a fight or something, like if it was obviously like the end of the main event, then I would just watch it on my phone up the street and then, come back home. But if it's like the first fight on the pay-per-view, I would hurry up and go somewhere else and watch it. I love I fight the old MMA. There you go. Do you train UFC, bro? Sean was fighting scared in the Petr fight, so hopefully the moment doesn't get to Sean when he fights Petr. Well, Petr's a much stiffer challenge than Pedro Munoz. So, would you ever want to take the channel to the point where you have fighter interviews online? Yes, but I don't think that's a point of that. I actually think people enjoy more opinion videos and more thoughts on fights and the business and the UFC than they actually like fighter interviews. But for me personally, I would like to have, fighter guest on, and not more of like a professional interview, but like just have them on as a guest and discuss different topics, ask them questions. It would be like an interview like I've done in the past, but you get the point. More like a friendly talking fights, talking different topics and stuff like that. Main event of 222. Was that Cyborg versus Yana Kutsukaya? I believe Daniel Cormier versus Patrick Cummings was on that card, if I remember correctly. I'm Googling it now just for full transparency. It was Cyborg Yana Kutsukaya. And DC was not on that card. I was way off on that one. That was a totally different card. That was with Rousey on it. I should have known that. It was a different card. Frank Yeager, Brian Ortega was on that card. O'Malley, Andre Sukumata was on that card. I don't even remember watching this card, to be honest. I don't remember any of these results. Like, I don't even remember watching this card. I know I did, but I don't remember watching it. But I got the main event right, so that's actually pretty good. Would you... Okay, read that. Where was I at? Joe, if I give you 500, who you putting on the 280 co-main and why? Probably Dillashaw because I favor him. I was referring to freak accidents ending such as O'Malley Munoz, okay? I think you're wrong, Joey. All my casual friends know O'Malley. Okay, but I don't think it's translating to pay-per-view buys. Are all your casual friends buying it because of O'Malley? No, probably not. I don't know how Munoz isn't pissed and be more vocal that Sugar got a top contender fight and didn't get crap. True. Would be good stories for the streams. Pereira Adesanya prediction. I'm probably going Adesanya decision. Colby Covington is the most hated fighter, especially when he started the whole new persona. Is the persona fake to keep his job, or is it who he really is? It's definitely a fake persona. Is it an exaggerated version of who he is? Maybe. But it's a fake persona. Do you expect to see scrambles often if it goes to the ground? On what fight? The main event? I think there'll be some, but I wouldn't say often. At what point did you stop liking Conor as a fan? I've always been a huge fan. It was somewhere around the Dennis Seaver fight, I believe. Do you think USA pay-per-view numbers will be super low? Yes, because of the time. Joey, how far do you live from 95? Not that far. What are your thoughts to kicks to down opponents? Should they be legal in the UFC? I don't know. I'm resistant to change. So, I kind of want it, but at the same time. I thought you had Moreno beating Figgy. Did I say it the other way? I have Moreno beating Figgy. I must have said it the wrong way. If you did work for UFC, would you relocate to Vegas? Dude, that's never going to happen, so I don't have to think about that. Who do you got in the main event Saturday? You'll know tomorrow. You will know tomorrow, but I'm leaning Oliveira right now. But I'm still debating it. What's more likely, Yan O'Malley finish or Charles versus Islam finish? I'll say Charles Islam finish. What's up, Craig? What's going on? Goodbye, French fries. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thoughts on Charlie? I don't know. I've heard that name before, but I don't remember who it is, to be honest. Wait, would you actually relocate for a UFC job? Dude, it's not going to happen. You guys are asking the weirdest questions, but maybe if the money was right, I don't know. That's not going to happen, so I don't got to worry about that. Who do you got, Charles or Islam? I am leaning Oliveira. I think whoever wins this fight will win it dominantly. I could see Islam getting him down and smashing him on the ground, TKOing him. I could see Oliveira hurting him on the feet and Makhachev shooting in on a takedown and getting guillotined. I could see Oliveira just smashing him, TKO, boom, just brutalizing him on the feet. I could see it go a million different ways. I'm gonna narrow it down to, I'm gonna watch some old fights, some recent fights, and I'm gonna record my prediction video tomorrow, and it will be out tomorrow night. It will be out tomorrow night, and you will know my official thoughts. I never thought you would relocate. Probably not. I probably wouldn't move. I doubt it. Who knocks out Paul Craig faster, Jamal in a rematch or Magomedov? Jamal Hill. I almost said Paul Craig. So is Eagle FC a bust? Why no news? I don't know. I haven't paid attention to it. Same. I'm going with Islam, but I think Charles' best chance is the KO on the feet. On the ground, Islam is going good to strong, in my opinion. Chicken salad or tuna salad? I guess chicken salad. What's your routine when researching a fight? Watching as many fights as possible on that potential fighter. So watching a bunch of Islam Makhachev fights, watching a bunch of Charles Oliveira's fight, and that's pretty much it. And sometimes I'll go back and watch like some of my post fights after one of those fighters has a big fight. So I may go back and watch my Charles Oliveira Justin Gaethje post fight, and I'll get some of my initial thoughts right there. Who wins? I'm not even talking about that. Favorite UFC ref? I am a Jason Herzog kind of guy. At one point, I looked at Woodley as a welterweight GOAT, and his legacy got ruined. Is there any chance we see Usman the same way? Doubtful. I think it's doubtful. Is it weird I actually get excited to talk on this chat to the community? These live streams are like a TV show back in the day. Used to come on once a week, but every day with FHO. I don't think it's weird. I think it's awesome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoy it. So, Charles versus Islam is 100% going to end in the finish. I don't see it going to a scorecards. Another possibility is I could see Islam on top of Charles, and Charles like rolling for a leg lock or a knee bar and leaving himself wide open. He's got the leg, and just Islam just smashing him with ground and pound. And Oliveira's just refusing to let go of the leg and eventually gets finished that way. So we're going to talk about all these different possibilities. We're going to talk about all these different possibilities tomorrow. You're going to see it. You're going to see exactly what I think. So, okay, let's see where we're at here. Boom. And guys, also, if you enjoy coming on here and talking MMA, become a member of the channel. The link is in the description. You get to join our members Discord, where we're having conversations like this 24/7, every single day, all different hours. We got a great community in there. You get a bunch of extra benefits as well, a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. It's $3 a month. It's a great way to support the channel. If you want to become a member, the link is in the description. You also get a loyalty badge next to your name. You get custom emojis to use in the chat as well as the comments, like Khamzat Chimaev, Sean O'Malley, Daniel Cormier, Luke Rockhold, Dana White, Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, all those different names. Boom. So if you want to become a member, the link is in the description, and you get to join the members Discord as well. What are the odds Charles Oliveira misses weights again? 0. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm not even going to entertain that. Favorite fight on this card coming up, the main event, Usman versus Edwards 3. I got Usman. Mike Perry has done well since leaving the UFC. I don't even know. I don't even like to think about that second name, so I'm not even going to entertain it. So, no idea. I haven't paid attention to anything Mike Perry's done either. Sterling or Dillashaw, tough pick. I actually don't think it's super tough, but my prediction will be out tomorrow afternoon. That's already done. The strength of schedule difference in the main event is unbelievable. Oliveira is so stacked, and Islam is short notice replacement and bums. Yeah, the strength of schedule is massively different. Earlier in the stream, I was talking about him. This is kind of similar to O'Malley in a way. Paul is way bigger than Perry. There you go. Also relevant, I'm smoking Kimbo Kush at the moment. Okay, I hope you're enjoying yourself. Favorite fight of all time? I don't know. I don't really have. I mean, it's probably Anderson versus Chael 1, just because it's what got me into the sport. Joe, what are the odds Drew Dober gets knocked out by Terrence McKinney in a rematch? I'll say 70%. Will you cry if the main event? Oh, don't even say that. Don't even say that. Yes, I will cry. Countdown episode dropped early today. Can't wait to watch it. Yeah, I'll probably watch it tomorrow evening. Your GOAT conversation about Olives versus Khabib the other day really got heated. What do you take into consideration in choosing GOAT? Strength of schedule, sustained dominance. Basically those two things are the main things. And stuff achieved, championships and stuff like that. People even suggest that he might miss weight. That would be terrible. I don't even want to think about that. Who do you want to see Chimaev smash next? I want to see him fight Colby Covington. That's the fight to make. That is 100% the fight to make. I mean, how can you not want to see that fight? How can you not want to see that fight? I'm dying to see that matchup. I am dying to see that matchup. So, all right, guys, keep the questions coming. Like the stream. I'm going to sit up in my chair because I've been slouching down and scooting backwards this whole time. And we'll continue to discuss. We'll go 2 hours because I'm not going to record my video now. It's already too late. I got to go to sleep. So we'll go for 2 hours on the stream. We're already an hour and a half in. But let me see. Let's see. Thank you, Casual MMA. Thank you, Hawk Lungs. Thank you, Zach. Your dog is adorable, Zach, by the way. There you go. Boom. Thank you, Eli. Appreciate you. Yeah, guys, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MMA Joey C. At MMA Joey C. I would greatly appreciate you. I would greatly appreciate if you went and did that. Let's see what this guy's saying. The Petr Yan Sean O'Malley video chart is just shooting up like crazy. It's doing pretty well. So I'm happy for that. All right. Someone else just followed me. Apparently I got a notification on that. But keep throwing questions in the chat. We'll continue to talk about 280 for another half hour or so. Subscribe to the channel as well. All that good stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, where are we at? Somewhere around here. Do you think the backup fighter for the main event is a bad move for Volk as far as risk reward? Yes. Because if he loses, there's an asterisk on it, and then he's basically, forced to just stay at featherweight, and he doesn't get a full training camp for either Oliveira or Makhachev. Does the fact Chukagian versus Fuhrer is on the main card over Bilal Brady prove that some kind of women MMA quota, or that's just the way it goes? I don't know. I think it's the way it goes, because Bilal Brady draws more on the prelims, and I think that's what the UFC wants. And Fuhrer versus Chukagian is not a terrible fight either. My friend Colin thinks Islam by KO first round for some reason. I feel like he's wasting his money on that, but it could happen. Charles isn't the greatest defensively. Is there any way Oliveira isn't considered the lightweight GOAT if he beats Islam? People will probably not. Do you have a guilty pleasure fighter, someone you just watch and hopes they will lose? Not necessarily. There's probably a couple that I can't think of off the top of my head. But like I would want to see Henry Cejudo lose. I want to see Aljo and TJ lose. I wanted to see Tony Kelly lose because he's a clown. Nick Maximoff, I was happy to watch him lose to Jacob Malkoun. But like none of them I'm like actively like crazy rooting against. So, do you think Chimaev runs through everyone at welterweight division or has issues with Covington, Leon, and Usman? I don't know if he runs through, but I favor him in a lot of those matchups. I favor Chimaev to stuff the takedowns to Covington, and Covington striking only works with it when it's set up with his grappling because people are worried about his grappling, so he's able to land volume on him, and Chimaev's not going to be worried about his grappling, so then Covington's going to have to strike without the threat of the grappling, scaring his opponent into being less defensively responsible. So I think Chimaev beats Covington on the feet. Leon and Usman are compelling matchups. I think he outgrapples Leon. And the Usman fight, I think, goes a lot like the Covington fight. He stuffs the takedown, and I think Chimaev and Usman, I don't think Chimaev is like some elite world-class striker, but I think he's a little bit better than Usman. I think Usman's getting up there in age, and I think Chimaev has nasty power. So I think Chimaev beats everyone on that list. Oliveira's lost so many times, but Khabib shouldn't even be considered. Only 3 title defenses, won the belt against a short notice Al, missed weight a couple times, and pulled out of bad matchups. Okay. What's the C mean in your name, MMA Joey C? Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know? Maybe it's my middle name. Maybe it's my middle name. Wouldn't you like to know? But MMA Joey was taken, so I just had to add a letter on the end. So I thought it looked aesthetically pleasing. Hulk, I don't think we will see him at 170 again. I think we will. I think we will see him at 170 again. Khamzat Chimaev, I think the UFC wants him at 170. So I think we will see him. It depends. Can he make it? If he can't make it, then if he misses weight in his next fight, we won't see him ever again at 170. But if he makes it, we will continue. All right, where were we at? I was reading some comment I just got on my channel. Is this a fair statement? With a win, Oliveira is the best lightweight, but Khabib is the best pound for pound ever? No. I don't think Khabib is best pound for pound ever. Hell no. I don't even think he's top 5. Y'all, for the entire MMA landscape, UFC landscape, no. You think Dariush Gamrot winner deserves a title shot? Yes. Chookagian is getting underestimated. I'm not so sure Fuhrer wins. Chookagian's definitely good, but I think Fuhrer wins. I watched a lot of tape on both of them. I think Fuhrer just has more power. She's just as technical. And she has like nasty leg kicks. I think she's going to chop the legs of Chookagian as she tries to circle. Chookagian has no power. She's going to get no respect from Fuhrer. And I think Fuhrer actually stops her. I think I said second round TKO. But Chookagian, if everyone thinks just Fuhrer is going to run over her, I think Chookagian could get underestimated. But I think if I had to give percentage, I think 80% Fuhrer wins. Sterling and TJ double KO. The fans win. Agreed. 100%. I don't like Sterling or TJ Dillashaw at all. So I don't know who I truly want to win. It's one of those fights where you just don't like either guy. There's some of those fights where you love both guys and you'd want to see both guys win. But, this is one of those fights where you want to see both guys lose because you hate them both. If Sean KOs Jan immediately, should he be allowed to cash in the Money in the Bank and hop in the cage as soon as Aljo versus TJ ends? Sure. One thing no one seems to be talking about, what if Oliveira and Islam have an immediate rematch because of faulty judging? Like if for 100% Oliveira won, but judges favor Islam. I don't know. I hope it doesn't come to that. I think so, but one thing Sean will really struggle with is Aljo's wrestling. If he does get the opportunity, but it's kind of a question mark. We've never seen his takedown defense really tested. That exactly. It's another question mark. It's another question mark for Sean O'Malley. All his skills outside of his power, because his striking has been effective, but against who? Garbage cans. His striking has never been effective against an elite level striker. So there's a lot of question marks surrounding O'Malley. He can answer a lot of them come UFC 280 against Petr Yan, but there's still a lot of question marks there. Khabib did not prove enough at all. Agreed. People act like he's some kind of long dominant champion. He was very good, but people simp for him for whatever reason. Yeah, he has a cult-like following. there's a lot of fans out there that, for whatever reason, like to join a cult-like following for, Habib or Islam or O'Malley or, I mean, there's countless examples of this. So it goes on quite a bit in MMA. There's UFC cult-like followings and Dana White cult-like followings, and they'll just defend them no matter what they do. So it's super unfortunate. But Habib is one of the best. Habib is right now, he's the great. I think he's the greatest lightweight of all time right now. Oliveira's right neck and neck with him right now. If he beats Islam, I think he surpasses him just a little bit, but it'll still be close. But if he beats Islam and then beats one more opponent, Charles has definitely surpassed him. There's no doubt about it. I don't want to hear any opinion to the otherwise. One thing no one's okay, I think so, but one thing Sean will really struggle with is Alger's wrestling. Okay, yeah, we already read that. Who do you think won the Corey TJ fight? I had Corey also. Am I crazy for scoring yesterday's 3-2 Grasso, 50-45 judges? No, I think it was 3-2 no matter who won. I think it was 3-2 no matter who won. The judges were crazy. Can Oliveira win by judges' decision? Yes, but I don't think that's super likely. I'm low-key excited for Brady versus Bilal. I think everyone's excited for Brady versus Bilal. It's a solid matchup. Who would you like to collab with? I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about it. I don't watch MMA YouTube, and I'm very weird about who I would want to have on my channel or whose channel I would want to go on. There's a lot of garbage-ass MMA channels out there that I've seen a little bit here and there. And, I don't know. And also, I'm not going to reach out to anyone like that. It's just one of those things where I'm not really comfortable reaching out to people like that. So if someone reaches out to me and I think it's a good fit, I might go on their channel or they might come on mine for a little bit. But I'm just trying to build my own thing, One thing I don't want to do is I don't want to, get some, go on someone else's channel and next thing you know, my channel's doing very well and they're saying, yeah, I helped him build his channel. And I'm like, what the hell? So, I don't know. I hope all that makes sense. But I don't know. Whoever you guys want is the answer. Well, the thing with Habib is he beat all strikers in his prime. At what point does that come into play? Level of competition is very important. Yeah, he fought good competition. I thought he fought good competition. I mean, I don't care if it's strikers, whatever you want to call it. Strikers, grapplers. He still beat good competition, but he just didn't beat enough of it. So, showing up for a quick bit. Thank you, Kale. Hope you're doing well. Going to school. It's 6:45 in the morning. That's crazy. I believe Cult is full of casuals that recently got into the sport, fans that never watched, and just guys from the same region. Probably 5% are serious fans. I don't know. It's hard to say. I had a 5-0 Grasso at most 4-1. People were scoring takedowns that Araujo did nothing with, but Grasso landed the harder shots. Okay. I mean, I think it's fair to have. I thought all the rounds were close. I thought every round in the Alexa Grasso versus Viviane Araujo fight was rather close. So I don't, begrudge you for having 5-0. Does Grasso beat Santos? Probably not. I don't think Grasso's that good at all. I really don't. Guys. I mean, she beat Araujo. What does that really mean? I don't know. But she beat her. I picked against her. I thought it was a close fight. I thought it was a garbage fight. So there you go. That's my best thoughts on that one. Have you ever had an MMA house? No. I've had a couple people over, max. Closest fight you have seen? There's been a lot of close fights. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there's been a lot of very, very close fights. The fight wasn't bad. Shouldn't have been main event. Debatable. It definitely shouldn't have been main event. I still didn't think it was good. I did not think it was good at all. Though, so. But each their own. We can all have our own opinion. If you liked it, I'm glad you did. I'm very glad you did. I didn't particularly enjoy it. Joe, you're the best MMA channel, but I think you got good impressions. It's time to go for more than Sean's KO. I don't even know what you're saying there. I'm not even sure what you mean. I'm hyped for Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan, though, so whatever. Talking about the greatest champions of all time, would you be more interested to talk about GOAT because we would be comparing great fighters at their peak? Talking about greatest champions of all time would be more interesting than talk about the GOAT. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I hate the GOAT discussion in general anyway. I hate the GOAT discussion in general just because it's so hard when you're comparing from different time periods, different levels of competition, 5 years prior their title reign, this and that. Were you more impressed with Assunção or disappointed in Henry? Disappointed in Henry. I think a lot of us got duped by Henry because he had that great performance against Barcelos. Assunção's legit. It's my friend's birthday on the day of UFC 280. I would miss it. I would miss it. I would tell him I can't make it. I got something I got to do. It's very important. I would miss it for sure. We were talking about this. Somebody said they had to work. On 280. Nope. I quit before I missed 280. I would happily quit before I missed UFC 280. So, but nonetheless, I get it. That's why it sucks for some people that it's in the afternoon rather than at night. I mean, I'm not a big fan that it's in the afternoon, but at least I don't have to miss it for something. So, but some people do, and that really sucks. Some people are never even going to realize. Some people are never even going to realize that that it starts in the afternoon. I feel really bad for those people. Who do you have for in the 281 main event? The main event hasn't been announced yet, but if you're talking about Yuri Glover, which may end up being the main event, I got Yuri first round. Imagine the scene. January 1st, 2025. MMA Joey just reaches 100K club. Bo Nichols gets sent into his fifth row of the bleachers by Chimaev's nasty, brutal uppercut, defending his 185-pound title. That'd be a crazy scene. That'd be a hell of a scene, to be quite honest. Could you imagine? That would be wild. Johnny Hendricks was the biggest screw job in history for the UFC when he fought GSP. I thought it was closer than people made it out to seem, but Hendricks probably should have got the win there. But I hated Hendricks, so I'm happy he didn't. The afternoon is pretty convenient. I like to sleep early. I just think it throws the whole vibe off. I wish the pay-per-views came on at an earlier time, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I wish it was just like 8 p.m. Eastern. That's what I would like an 8 p.m. Eastern start time for the UFC 280. Oh, I'm dumb. I was thinking 282. Who do you have in the 281 main event? I'm probably picking Izzy by decision, to be honest. I think Izzy's going to be more motivated than ever. He's going to come out and fight his fight and just pepper away with the jab and leg kick and keep the range and kick, teep kick to the body. It's going to be fun, though. High level striking. There's going to be a lot of tension. I'm glad in the afternoon I can scream. Some crazy stuff happens. Families asleep during regular pay-per-view time. I saw Leon knocking out Usman live and had to keep it in at 1 a.m. That sucks. Thank you. Do you think Jones looks washed when he comes back? He's probably not going to look great, honestly, and it's going to be super disappointing. People sleep on Mighty Mouse just because he's small. Agreed. What I meant is your impressions are great. I can't wait for when O'Malley. Oh, I know what you mean. You mean my reactions. My reactions? Got another amazing one to add. Yeah, reactions is what you mean. Not impressions. When was the heavyweight division fun and interesting? It was kind of fun when Junior Dos Santos was making his way up, but it's not been particularly fun in many years. But it's kind of fun right now. Stuff will get moving along. I mean, watching Stipe and DC fight once a year for like 4 years in a row was kind of annoying. So, Sean O'Malley will be this generation's Mayhem Miller. GSP won the Hendricks fight. Hendricks bruised him up more, but he lost 3-2. I remember thinking it was pretty close if you based it on round by round scoring. But I was a huge GSP fan at the time, so I don't know. Back then, I was probably a little bit more biased. That was what, 2013? Holy shit, that was 9 years ago. So I was probably a little bit more emotional in my scoring, and I haven't gone back and watched it recently. So I could have been biased there, you know. But I thought it was close, and I didn't think it was an outright robbery. Johnny Hendricks' reaction was hilarious, though, by the way. The way he just flipped out, basically. Absolutely flipped out. I mean, he was pissed. Round by round, GSP won. Some people would disagree with you. It was a close fight. It was a very close fight. But definitely, I think people were more leaning towards Hendricks because of the damage he did. And I'm just glad Hendricks didn't get the belt. I'm glad Hendricks ended up losing to Robbie Lawler in the second fight. I never liked Johnny Hendricks at all. I thought he was a cornball. I thought he was annoying. A lot of people speculated about PED use for the longest time. And, I mean, his career went to absolute shit after that, which is crazy. It's crazy. Didn't he go to bare knuckle and get KO'd recently? It's crazy. He was one of the best in the world. He's 39 years old. After that loss to GSP, he only won 3 more fights. He only won 3 more fights over the course of the next 4 years. He beat Robbie Lawler in a decision, then lost to Robbie Lawler in a split decision. Then he beat Matt Brown. Then he got brutally TKO'd by Wonderboy Thompson. Then he lost to Kelvin Gastelum. He lost to Neil Magny. He beat Hector Lombard. He got TKO'd by Tim Bosch, and then he got TKO'd by Paulo Costa. So he only won against Robbie Lawler, Matt Brown, and Hector Lombard after that fight. Over the course of 4 years, he only got 3 wins. Jeez, he's 18-8. 18-8. And I'm pretty sure he recently got KO'd in like bare knuckle boxing or some shit. But I don't remember. It's actually pretty sad. He had a massive downfall. I mean, when he beat Carlos Condit by decision, that was a solid win at 158. The way he slept Martin Kampmann was brutal. I remember watching live when he KO'd John Fitch. That was back at UFC 241 or 141. It was the featured fight on the main card. And he brutalized him in 12 seconds. And he did that twice. I mean, he did that to Martin Kampmann as well. 46 seconds in. And he did it to John Fitch 12 seconds in. So, that was really something to behold. Hendricks is a sore loser. Yeah, I mean, he was crying nonstop after that. All right, guys, I am going to get out of here. We've gone 2 hours. I got a bunch of UFC 280 predictions on the channel. I'm going to be streaming a bunch throughout this week. We are basically 5 days away. 5 full days away from UFC 280 Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev. I'll have my Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw prediction video out tomorrow, as well as my Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev prediction will be out tomorrow. So subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. And in the meantime, if you want to watch something in the meantime, go right now. Help me boost it in the algorithm. Okay? I want you to go watch my full breakdown and prediction for Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan. Here's the link. Go watch it, like it, and comment on it right this very second, and I will greatly appreciate you. Thank you guys for joining me for the stream. Don't forget to like the stream before you go, and I will see you guys in the next couple of days at some point for another stream. And thank you for watching.